Good morning. So a lot of times when I start out my morning, you'll see me load up like 2 or 3 pipes. Well, before I can load up some pipes today, oh, my little Stetsons, at 965 in it, and you'll look at that bit, you'll see how chumped up it is. It's a real lightweight pipe. It had a little stinger in it, but I took that out years ago. These are the ones we got when you bought a Stetson hat. Anyway, before I can even start smoking today, I gotta clean them out. It seems like that happens a lot. I'll have a pile of them that just are there from the day before. Those were yesterday's pipes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this one was loaded too, so that was 9 bowls at least that I smoked yesterday. I was talking to somebody years ago. Someone said, well, how many bowls of tobacco do you smoke a day? And I had said like probably 12, 10 to 12. And they actually, it was a guy who didn't know me. Could you tell? Or he would never even have asked or questioned it. But he basically told me, that there is no way that me, a woman, is smoking that much tobacco. I am a nicotine queen. I love the nicotine. There's nothing that keeps me going on hours and hours like nicotine does. So I know some of you smoke and just smoke to relax and enjoy it, but for me, it's almost a necessity. So like I say, those are the pipes I gotta clean today, and that's just so I can reload most of them. It is so hot here in Kansas that I'm going to take them upstairs in the air conditioning and clean them up and probably get out 6 or 7 more pipes. But good morning. So we're going to go down to our local farmers market. This is just the one here in Leavenworth, and it is in full swing. Always fun.
Hello, welcome to my pipe store, sir. Hey, you're the white rap kid from 90210. You're Brian Austin Green, right? Well, I used to be an actor, but now I'm following my true love. Pipes. Oh, yeah. Now that sign makes a lot more sense. Now, can I help you find a sign? Didn't you used to date Megan Fox? That was a long time ago. What happened? I told you, man. Pipes are my one true love.
I'm on YouTube. It's I always call it my black night. It's GBD Midnight. It's got tradition in it. I think it's from Brick and Mortar in St. Louis. I'm not sure. It's from 2014. Has a really overtaste of the Cavendish that's just a bit too... I always think Cavendish is a little bitey, and so it's just a little too sharp for me. Kind of like cheeses, how there's a sharp cheese and there's just a nice little mellow cheese. I'm more into the mellow cheeses, and so. So where you been, Sue? All right, so a week ago, actually it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow, we went over town to visit some, just to do some things, some of my girlfriends and I, and we was on the streetcar, and I've shown pictures and stuff of it, but it took and fell off a curb. Basically landed on my elbow on something that must have been protruding, because I got a big puncture wound right by my elbow. I've been putting some of the pictures up, but they're pretty gross, so I didn't put up too many. But it's just, it looks so small right now because it's just under this little bitty Band-Aid. But it is a pretty good gash. It's very deep. And they've been really worried about the infection and stuff, so they had me on some mega antibiotics. First they had me on one, then they put me on another, a sulfur base. was the second one, and it, although I'm still taking it, well, yesterday was my last day, it gave me a rash all over, just, you know, little skin bumps, and so that's been, now I gotta fight that, so it's like always something. Also, you gotta realize I haven't been in the water for 2 weeks. I've been, took a shower, but not being in the chlorine water, you know, I'm in there 3 to 5 times a week. I think my skin kind of adjusted to having that chlorine, and now that it's not getting chlorine, it's like we need chlorine kind of thing. So it has been an interesting couple of weeks, so I'll be glad when it's healed up. But now it's going into the painful stage, because as it's healing from the inside doesn't hurt. It's, I guess your pain receptors are more on the outside and on your skin and stuff. And as those start to heal, and mend back together, that's where the pain and stuff's going to come in. So, but I hadn't been smoking much, because in my 50 years of smoking, I've learned that, you know, I do heal better without tobacco products in my system. I wonder why that is. I'm sure there's all these scientific studies on why that is, but it is a fact. So it is just a lovely day out here. See the clouds moving? We're supposed to be back up into the 90s. We'll be back up into the 90s. We had a comfort indexed Saturday of 110, 108, 110, depends on where you were at. And then it went down to 61 that night. So Father's Day was beautiful yesterday. Probably hit about 86. But today they're telling us, you know, we're going to break the 90s again. So here we go again. It's been really humid because we had a wonderful sun. When that cold front came through, it brought through a really nice thunderstorm. Beautiful, beautiful storm. It was just lightning and bright skies and fireworks, you know. But then it didn't bring much rain with it. Just enough rain to get everything wet. And so there goes the humidity up again. And last night we had just a little bit of a shower, so it's going to be a really humid day again. I think people don't understand how humid Kansas gets. But you know, it's not any different than anywhere else. Everywhere, I think, during the summertime, they have bad, humid summers, and in the winter, it's cold, rainy, wet winters. So, although Kansas is my hometown and home state, and I like it because it does change weather, some people like that same old mild weather that, like in Oregon, you know. I don't know that I could do Oregon. My brother-in-law lives there, and he says that it's rainy and misty most of the time. So I don't think I would like that. The weather might be consistent, but I don't like the rain. There's no beaches anyway. Good morning, YouTube. There's my hand. Out here on the front porch, I really don't have anything to set it on. So it's gonna be a beautiful day. Clear skies. We've had like a really horrible week. It was all the way up to 98 the day before yesterday, and then it went down to 61 at the nighttime. I wonder what happened to my dog. This is Ginger. Fred's over there. They get along okay, and I'm glad. Actually, they kind of ignore each other for the most part right now. There's my little Freddy Foo. I know. You're so cute, puppy. And Ginger's learning the areas she can and can't be in. Over there is the fence she's coming up to. So even though she's supposed to be house trained, I'm not sure she's gate trained yet. Hope she is, because I sure don't want to have to chain her up every time I come out on the front porch to smoke. I don't know if you guys saw some pictures or not, but we have another dog. She's cute enough. It just, I guess I just wasn't ready for another animal yet, but that's kind of how it works here. You just end up getting one. A friend of mine's, I think you guys already know I hospice a lot of people. And so one of them, of course, is passing away. And so what do you do with the dog? And the dog's older, and so I have another dog. Her name is Ginger. So we have Fred and Ginger. I know I'm just a little bent. Kind of like me, he's slightly bent. I always show off my beautiful, gorgeous hibiscus and how big they are. So they're very nice ones this year. Here's the reds are just, the reds are always so gorgeous. It's just, I'm sorry, I had my mouth at the same time. The reds are always so gorgeous, aren't they? I had to really tie them up this year. There were just so many blooms on them that they are just going to be blooming all year round. See, I don't think you guys realize how beautiful they are. My butterfly plants, I used to have 4 of those, but only 2 came up this year again. I have a hard time with those for some reason. Of course, my pussy willow tree's looking good. And that's how I start my morning, with beautiful flowers. This time of year, my hibiscus and my butterfly plant are in high bloom. It's just the beginning of July, and so I don't know if you can see all those little pods on there. Those little pods like that. Those will all become beautiful red hibiscus. And they're really quite big. You can't tell it from here. Like, these are normal size ones, the little pink ones down here, and they're large little normal ones. And then the reds. But the really beautiful ones are, look at the size of those white hibiscus. That is dinner plate size. They are just unbelievable. And then I had this one that's closest here is a pink one, and it will be blooming up. It's pink with a real dark pink inside. But look at all the blooms that are going to be on those white hibiscus too. I have them tied a lot, but after a while they just get so heavy once those blooms come on. Like I say, so there's my first white blooms today. The first time that one's open, and man, they're just opening up so big. It's bigger than my dog. And then the red ones, which are the giant hibiscus, also are just looking so pretty today. Fred and I are on our walk, and remember how I liked that kind of wood where the tree just went right around that fence and just grew right into it. And right over the concrete there too. But isn't that a neat old tree? It's really just a stump up there, but isn't that neat how that's grown? And all that's so neat. Too bad it's poison oak. This side of that tree where I shown you where the fence just grew right through there. And here is, I don't know if you can see this metal pole here, but the tree just grew right around the metal structure. I just think that's so neat, that kind of stuff. So, you know, it just proves that man can do what he wants, but sooner or later, Mother Nature is going to take it back from us. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think it's almost too hot to smoke. Not. One of my little boots. Bring me that baby. You can bring me the baby? Are you loving on your baby, making sure it smells like Fred? Huh? Making sure that that baby is yours? There's this little bitty chick right there, and that's his way of making it smell like him. It's my baby. Bring me the baby. Bring me the baby. Come on. No, you're supposed to bring it to me. I know it's your baby. He does this with all of his little dolls and little things. He just, I say, we thought it was weird at first, but it's his way of putting his scent on it. So it's kind of cute. Of course, I think he's cute. So for a 14-year-old dog, he does pretty doggone good. He's in need of a haircut. Gotta get his summer haircut.